Good morning. It is Saturday, and Ryder's excited about a big day. I'm not real excited. Got a lot of work to do, but I'm excited about what I'm doing. And today's the day to work on the bookstore. And I don't know about y'all, but through the week, and I've done started with Elkins, but go through the day job, through the week, when it gets down to Friday, I'm more slap out, and then try to go to bed on Friday night, and I'm restless. I don't know if my body just has a hard time through that little adjustment from Friday to Saturday or what. But last night I was like, "You're going to bed? Got stuff to do tomorrow." Thank God I went to bed. Not really like I needed to, but eventually. And thank God I got up at a decent time this morning, earlier, like I wanted to, because Saturday mornings are hard to get up and get going and get all the stuff going. It's a trip sometimes, because you're just worn out from the week, but Sunday's coming. And I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, like I'm sure you have been too, and I'm sure you're working on things and trying to build things, and you're going through all those emotions with it, and you know, the little victories and the little failures and all that stuff. And I talked about, I guess it was yesterday, about how God knows what it's going to take for us. Been thinking lately a lot about life and what we do, what we choose. And my thing and where my mind's set to is what I need to do to get to where I'm trying to go. Reach my goals and my dreams, to be able to live the way that I want to live. And I don't want to live, like everybody else. Some people want to be in a nice neighborhood and a mansion, and some people want to be in an apartment or whatever it is. Mine is a cabin on the river. I've been working on that for a long time, and a lot of times I think, man, how am I going to get there? Because the goals are set, and I know what I need. Like I'm deep enough in it that I know what I need, but I'm like, how do I do this? And then I think God's working on something, because just a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to talk about it all, but God's working on it. And to me, being able to have somewhere of your own and have a place that you can go and have peace. And I was thinking this morning, little Ryder, waking up, trying to get out of bed, and I was petting him, and I was just like, it's so wonderful just to have you here, and just peace and quiet. Like, sometimes he barks, and he gets excited, but he don't, he's not like a person, how sometimes people can really get on your nerves. Or if you're like me, really get on your nerves. But, I was like, I just love having you here, and it's just peaceful and quiet, and, and that's what I want is my place on the river where I just hear the crickets and the water moving and Ryder sniffing around in the bushes Like, and I'm doing it again. And that's it. A place where I can go and have peace. And that's something that I've built with my bookstore too. And of course, it's a long way where I want it to be, and a long road ahead, and got a lot more work to do, because it's not what I want it to be yet. And I'm sure it'll always be improving, but that's what I'm building there as well, is just a peaceful place. A place where there's not a bunch of just nonsense that you find out here in the world. You know, just arguing and drama and just discomfort in some way to your emotions, your nervous system, whatever. Peace and quiet. And just a place to enjoy and have that little bit of the little bliss. And not everybody gets that with books and somewhere quiet and all that. Some people like to ride, we was talking about it yesterday, those side-by-sides or whatever they are. Some people like to ride those through mud holes and really loud noise and mud flying in their eyes all day long. And I'm just like, you go ahead. Not me. I like to go fast, but in like an old Ford. But my fast ain't other people's fast, because I ain't got nothing fast and don't need nothing fast. But everybody's different, and I don't know if it's where I grew up in a dysfunctional home and it was so stressful. Like, it would go from everything's okay to really bad. Everything will be okay for a minute, really bad. And I can tell, even in me now, how it's almost like that's programmed into me. Like, if things are really good and I'm happy and I'm having a good time, it's like my emotions and my mood will just fall. Like it's waiting for the fit to hit the fan, you know. And it doesn't. Like, I've got away from everything like that. I'm, trying to have peace and calm. Thank God. Because I just don't want that. And some people do. Some people like that. But I'm not one of them. But I don't know if it's where I've had so much of that 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 ain't what I want for myself or what. But that's my goals. That's what I'm building, and that's what I'm focusing on, what I need to do. And I told Ryder this morning, yes, I talked to my dog. We have meetings. Anyway, he's whining right now, but I told him that I thought he got mud on my shirt this morning because he was laying on it. But, I mean, it's an old t-shirt. It's got spots all over it. But I said, Mommy thought you got mud on her shirt this morning. And I said, you don't want her to go. And I said something about him being a good boy, but not when he tears my stuff up, because he tore up stuff yesterday, and he doesn't do that. But he got on the table and jerked my new tea I'd bought off the table and slung it everywhere. Anyways, where's my mascara at? There it is. He doesn't do that, and I said, I don't like it, and it's not good when you tear my stuff up. And then, of course, I answered myself for him, and I said, Mommy, it's not nice when you leave me here by myself. And I said, Mommy's working on it. Mommy's going to figure it out. God's going to help us. We're going to figure it out. So that I don't have to be going so much. In which he's fine. He runs wild. He's got the house to himself. He's got a big old lot in the yard and a doggy door. And plenty of food, plenty of toys. I mean, he runs wild, but I don't like leaving him by himself. You know, and he will not accept another dog. Like, we found that out. He will not accept that because he's had mommy to himself for a long, long time, and he does not like that. There is no vacancy here on Riders Hill. So, he's just got to be by himself. But what I want to do is be able to, every day. What I want to do is be able to do certain things that I'm working on. And I want to be able to be home every day. Like, I want to be able to be home and cook dinner, supper, you know, things like that. But the point, as we go around the world and I talk about everything I'm doing, what are you doing? What do you want to do? And the thing is, people actually think that they don't have a choice. You absolutely do. And how you want to live. Would you quit whining, honey? Mommy's trying. Mommy's going to take you to my today. Yes. Give me time. I love you. Yes, I do. Anyways, you absolutely have a choice. And the thing is, you have to figure out, and I think you know, what you want out of life and what you want to do. And maybe it's not anything like I'm talking about, you know. But it's, you know, whatever it is. What are you doing? What are you doing to achieve that? Because sitting around and just talking about it and never actually performing any actions to what you're talking about, it's not going to change your situation. It's not going to get you anywhere. So, what are you building? And there's things that we have to do to get there. There is all kinds of jobs that I've had to work. And I'm sure I've mentioned it in videos before. There was one place I worked that was bad. And I can remember being in the bathroom, crying, praying, begging God to help me, to get me somewhere else, to send me somewhere else, to help me get out of there. And he did. Not that day, but he did. Like, it wasn't, I don't remember the time frame, but he did help me. And I don't know if you've ever been like that. You've ever been miserable and begging God to help you. But I've been there. And there was one place that I was not happy. It was a bad environment. And I tried for another job. And I got it. And I prayed about it. And I was like, God, what do I do, you know? And I got to leave and go to a different place. And the thing is, I've had to work places and I've had to get, you know, grow. Like, things don't happen just instantly. But I know now, and I'm 35. It might happen for you at 65. I don't know. But I know basically what. Are you serious? There you go. I know that, let's make as much noise as possible. kind of stuff that I need to be doing and don't need to be doing. And eventually we figure out where we're supposed to be and where we're not supposed to be. And the whole thing about having a place that's comfortable and the peace and the joy makes me think, we know, like, when you're uncomfortable and things don't sit well with you or sit well with your spirit, or your nervous system's wrecked, whatever, you know. And when you know that that's not for you or not where you're supposed to be, or maybe it's people or relationships, jobs, wherever you're living, whatever, you know where you're not supposed to be. And my question is, why are you still there and dealing with it? Move, like you know, and your body knows where you're not supposed to be. I believe, not everybody's like this, but I believe on a very spiritual level, like I believe God's gave us great purpose, and I believe we're supposed to be people, do certain things. Like, if I could form my words, what I'm trying to say, I believe we have a great purpose, and there's places for us and places that's not for us, and we ain't always gonna get it right. I don't. I've done a lot of stupid stuff and made a lot of stupid decisions and choices. But when you realize it and you figure it out, let's be making a plan and figuring it out. And that's the thing, figure it out. What you want to do in the life you want. And maybe what you want is your kids to have a yard to play in. Maybe right now you don't have that. Maybe, and not even that you even want to own land, but you want a place for them to play. Maybe you want them to go to a better school, or maybe you want to live in a different state, or maybe you want your dog to have somewhere to play. Whatever. Maybe you want to be a certain thing at a job. What are you doing? What are we doing? If you ain't working toward it, it's never going to happen. So, excuse me. You're making a lot of racket down there. What are you going to do today? I hope work towards something and achieve your goals and your dreams. And it don't happen instantly. But today could really count towards something good for you. And when you reach your full potential and you're at peace, you're happy, you're as your best version of yourself, that's when you can help more people and help the people you're supposed to. So, let's go.